Yes, sir. I want to. Um, this is just a video game moment. All I'm doing now is I got a couple of rings out presented, but I got a third one just in case. Y'all. Anyway, but in the game, I coach Penn State, and it's been tough. It's been challenging to try to win. I haven't. My birthday is July the 18th, and they're going to bring out a new game during my birthday. But I haven't won a national championship, and so last season in the game that I'm playing, I got beat by Miami in the second round. So we beat UCLA last year. We beat UCLA this year. And so with beating UCLA this year, I drew as the 8th seed. I drew the number 1 seed, which is the Georgia Bulldogs. Now I have not played Georgia not one time in this whole game that I've been playing. So I'm like, oh man, we got beat by Miami last year. We want to play against Georgia. Let's see what happens. So I let a day go by. I'm thinking about it. I'm discussing things to myself. I'm discussing with adverse. I'm talking, and I'm trying to come up with a game plan. Okay, I have to be able to control the clock, stay patient, things I need to do in real life with my situation, coaching, contract stuff, type of thing. So I played a game, and so now I got on the screen is over. But in this review part, I wanted to try to hold Georgia to at least 3 points within the first 5 minutes or so of the game. And I'm looking and see that they had zero. So we scored a touchdown. Our quarterback McKee, who's a senior, who I got in the transfer portal, which I needed a quarterback. Devin Draper, who was my quarterback last year and the year before, is gone. And Devin Draper was one of my favorite players. For anybody that know, Devin Draper, Jay Roach, and I got Chris Jones. There's Hussein, my tailback. And there's definitely Dre Jones, my safety, who's been a 4-year starter for us. And what's my cornerback number 7? I forgot his name at this second. Creer. Excuse me. Thank you, God. Creer, my cornerback, who got 4 interceptions last week. So anyway, we're up now 7-0 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Now the game is already over, and I'm already aware of what happened. But I noticed something. Number 77 for to go to my YouTube channel. I'm dropping this game right now, so it'll probably, if you want to look at it, not that you have to, but I think I got it in 2 pieces. So you'll see like the 59-minute mark, and then there's like I think a 7-minute mark. You do the 59-minute mark first, and then that last piece is the end of the game and stuff, the celebration and whatnot for how it went down. But as I'm watching, number 77 for Georgia, their left tackle, his name is Mon, and we're just getting by this guy. So I was telling Adverse that I'm searching for weak links. He does not have a star up underneath him, and he's a weak link. So Georgia was not able to move the ball as much as I thought they could. Here, the guy now, the quarterback, number 2, is taking off running, and he got like 19 yards, and they needed like 20. So it's 4th and 1. They're going to kick a field goal at 1:45 in the first quarter, and now it's 7-3. So it's 7-3 right now with a minute and 42 left in the first quarter. And I'm still kind of nervous, but I'm also positive. So here on this kickoff, and they had my starting running backs back for kickoff. And my freshman 5-star running back, they got him back at returning the kicks, and we advanced it to the 20-yard line. Now, McKee is my quarterback, the one who transferred, and he was key to this whole process. And I was able to run a running back screen, like a middle screen, and they had trouble, man. I just have to man, I'm glad we won because this is the thing I want to try to see if I can win in the recruiting battles and whatnot. But next we got to play Miami, who we played last time, so we'll see what happens then. But right now, getting past this stage was big for us. We never won at this point. So we beat UCLA last year, beat UCLA this year to get to this point. But last year we lost to Miami. And so we have to play Miami again, but this time one round further, which is, and I will not lose patience this time. I'm going to have a controlled game, lost my poise, and so we're going to be ready. And if we win that game against Miami, then we're playing for the national championship for the first time. And I am so excited about that for my Penn State Nittany Lions. So my tight end, I wasn't able to get him bags, not one catch. He got hurt, but he's a valuable guy. Denario Hicks is my top receiver, number 5. A young man who's a junior. He's been threatening to transfer this whole season. His bar has been red. And so he's either going to, when this season is over, he's either going to transfer or go into the draft. I doubt if he's content with coming back to play for his senior year with us. We got O'Leary, who's another wide receiver who was a star, who I tried to get catches for these guys, but I'm challenged in terms of the passing game. I have to throw the ball short because the 2 deep coverages, sometimes they run a cover 4 look, so it's difficult to throw the football vertically. It is. So, I see Miami beat Central Michigan to win their game, and we drew Georgia for our thing. But yeah, so it was fun. I've been enjoying it, and this is good watching. And now we're 9 minutes into the second quarter. We're still holding a 7-3 lead, and I'm pounding the football. And I actually am impressed, and I want to say thank God to my offensive line because they definitely held up today. They held up. They held up in their blocking. And so here's a 2nd and 6. We was able to chomp the clock and get space. Now, here we go. Our running back, Siaki Thrash, my 5-star running back, hit the hole for 6 yards, and we got a first down. And we were able to gash them like this. I thought it was going to stop. I thought it was going to end. They did start to stop my running back screen. They did. So they took my running back screen away. And they got the number 1 ranked class for recruiting points. Georgia's number 1. I think Miami is like number 4, something like that. And we're nowhere on that scale. Here we go. I just threw it to Chris Jones. Shout out to Chris Jones. God bless you in heaven. Me and him played at Minnesota at Vermillion together. He got number 2. And I got a young man that's cleats is spatted. He's about 5'9", like Chris Jones was when he was here on Earth. And I've done this for several teams. When I played with Texas and in my other games, I've reinvented Chris Jones. And yeah, that is kind of like a, what do you call it, like a nuance, like some kind of a nostalgia. I don't know if that's the correct word, but it feels very eerie in a good way. So as you can see, I got a blue towel I want to represent. I got a white shirt with the blue spots on it. And this is me also giving a presentation in case one day all of this becomes real and transfer off of the video game, the AI world, and something that can be legit. So when I'm not, I did complete a pass the bags. My tight end, number 87, my big tight end. I run an empty set and usually run a tight end out route. an arrow route, see if he's there. Sometimes he gets hit in the back, in the spine, and then he drops it. But he made this catch. There was nobody near him. And we're steadily churning the ball down the field. We just now crossed midfield, the 50-yard line. So now I'm going empty again. And I'm probably going to go run a quarterback run on 4th and 6. It's open. I take off, and I got it. McKee. My quarterback, who was key again, 14 carries, which is way too many. I like to keep McKee somewhere down around two carries. But 14 is way too many. So he's definitely in an ice bath right now. Played a phenomenal game. And this is pretty good for like naysayers and people who, the game, I don't know if it's from the year 3000 or whatever AI system, but I'm glad that I beat it. And this really helps me coaching while I'm in a funk, so to speak, or a contract dispute in real life, or whatever I'm dealing with, and whether it's a spiritual, if it's a lesson that God wants me to learn, or whatever. But I still have to be patient. And in my offense, I was out there running, had to be patient. So it's 6 minutes and 49 seconds left. A lot of guys start getting hurt and they stop the clock, threw an out route to my wide receiver out there, Murphy. And that was a good catch. So now it's 3rd and 4. We really were able to do a lot of the things that we wanted to do. I really am surprised at the execution that we was able to get off. I felt like there was other teams that we've played that played us tougher than this. So I don't know what happened. Maybe they was drunk off of having a time. But the commentator said something in the beginning that now I think is very critical, almost like a biblical statement. He said, who has the momentum? The team that played last week, because we played a game and we destroyed UCLA, so we were lathered up, ready to go, or the team that had a bye week, which was the Georgia Bulldogs. And it looked like, for sure enough, like they was rusty. Like Russ, plus that time off, they could have been off a month. And with them guys probably thinking about going to the pros, transferring, all this stuff, they can have some discrepancy over there with Kirby Smart, and that might be a reason as well. But nonetheless, it didn't really feel like a number one Georgia team with the number one recruiting class. I've lost several recruits to the University of Georgia. And I will admit, when I looked at the recruiting board coming through the years, it's very intimidating when it comes down to whether it's us, Penn State, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan beat us this year in their building in the big house, and we was small, and they dominated us. And so they're not on the boards here, I don't think, but it would be a neutral site if we did get an opportunity to play Michigan again. I don't know if they're in it or not. I haven't done that much research. But it's 4 minutes left. It's still 7-3. So we're almost near halftime. We're driving. We're in the red zone at this point at 4:30. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I was supposed to tell you guys the site. My site is Turf Champions. TURFCHAMPION. Turf, like the ground, the grass, turf, champion. And if you want to put 2.5 M for 2.5 million, hopefully it pops up immediately. Motel is one of my handles, MOTELL. So I'm just trying to get you guys to, if you wanted to, just glance and see the game. But this is really I'm smart. I'm not dumb. I don't think that this is real. But what it's doing is it's occupying my mind so that idle mind is the devil's workshop. And I just didn't want to sit here forever and try to wait a month till it's time to take these tests to see if once I qualify, which I will, to get back out on the real turf. And I'm excited about being prepared to go out and start the season. I'll give y'all a clue. We're playing at Mercedes-Benz, against a very tough North Gwinnett high school football team. So I'm excited about that. God is blessing me, and all of this is a major, major blessing for me. So now I have to sit and I'm paying attention to see what am I supposed to be doing. I want to work on my novel, clean up. There was a debacle where a question was created where I'm not sure of the housing setup. I don't know if places are going to get sold or space is going to be changed and forced to have to move or something at the last minute or whatnot. I'm not sure. But the more things you worry about, the less fun and excitement you can have. So I've been keeping my head somewhat away from dealing with women to a certain extent because it's a distraction and it takes away too much of what I'm trying to accomplish. And a lot of women, in my opinion, are not understanding when I'm going through something that you're stressing me out, when you're pounding me with reality and what I need to do, is very disrespectful and is very rude. So back to the game. It's almost a 2-minute warning. We're still up 7-3. We're on a 4-yard line, and it's 3rd and goal. Quarterback back to throw. Here comes Hicks across the formation. We throw it to him. He jumps, makes the catch, but in jumping, he only ran a shallow route, so he ended up getting tackled at the 4-yard line, so he didn't gain anything. So it's 4th and goal. Let me see what we do. We're going to go to the 2-minute warning. So we're at the 2-minute warning, and let me see what decision I make. I think I kicked the field goal. A lot of people that we play, I will go for it and see if I can leave them down here. And actually against Georgia at some point I do try to do that. I do, and it backfires on me, and they end up banging a long run to get from up underneath the shadow of their goal post and pushed it out to like the 7 or 8-yard line. We were still able to hold them, and they punted it from the end zone, and then we kind of still was able to control them. So it's 10-3 now with 2 minutes to go. They got three timeouts left. I'm gonna tell you guys what happens here. Their quarterback got a star up underneath. They got their left guard and their right tackle got stars, which is surprising. Their tight end and their wide receiver. So now they completed a 10-yard pass across the middle. My guy gets hurt, Valerio, my D tackle. So that stops the clock, and they don't have to use one of their timeouts. Their running backs got a star. Like I said, the tight end and 2 wide receivers. They just threw an out route. He made the catch, peeled back, and got tackled inbounds. He had to reach behind him to make it. So they're moving on the. Now they're at midfield. We was playing the Orange Bowl in Miami, so there's the beautiful Capital One Orange Bowl symbol that stretches across midfield to the 45-yard line on both sides of the field. They're driving. It's 1:20, and they're on the 45. They're on our 45-yard line. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, out route to the tight end, and he gets about 4 yards. So now it's 3rd and 3, and they're driving. I think we're going to, I don't know if they get 6 right here, a field goal. Okay, he's throwing it. The tight end, no, that's the wide receiver, I think, made a quick slant, and he got a 1st down. So Yeah, they're threatening, and I really felt like things could have turned at this point. They got an empty set, quarterback number 2. They're running a jet motion behind a ghost motion. They throw it to the wide receiver, and he's gobbled up behind the line of scrimmage. And he had a pectoral strain on my defensive tackle, but they said he'll be back soon. So a 2nd and 12, 55 seconds. They ran a motion across the formation, a hitch to the tight end. He's to the 32, and they burn their first time out. They're in field goal range at this point, pretty much. So I'm trying to either get a turnover from Creer or Vildor. Now they just threw one up the seam now. There's, we got another. Valerio's is hurt again. So he strained, muscle strain in his arm. And it's causing them to take a timeout. They're going so fast, I don't really have a chance to sub them in and out. But it's 46 seconds left. They threw a seam route that got them down to the 5-yard line. So they're down at the 5. Running back is off to the left. The snap was to his left. He caught it with one hand, threw a flare route to the running back, and he caught it and then ran out of bounds. We have a play in our system. I know the numbers where we run a tailback flare as well. So I'm trying to study my own playbook as well as the playbook that is for the school and defense. So, and working on my novel and building robots and seeing if I can really ink out a bigger deal to make a transition from what I'm doing. Oh, this was sweet. Here, the ball was thrown on 3rd down, and you just don't see this. Their wide receiver dropped the ball, number 19, on the 1-yard line. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it. Our defender was behind him, but that doesn't happen that much. We could have tackled him on the 1 with the catch, or he could have just bullied his way in. But they settled for a field goal. So I don't know. Was it something wrong with the Georgia players? I don't know. Chris Jones is in the end zone, 1 yard inside. Glad he didn't come out. And I was able to hit the X button and keep him inside. And showing a picture of me talking to my AI figure, talking to my guys, and we just do a kneel down. This is the first time all season I've done this. That's how respectful I am of Georgia and not wanting to make a mistake with 30 seconds left before it's halftime. And we're holding on to a 10-6 lead at this point. And I wasn't really feeling like they gave up or something like that. We were able to stick to our game plan. And the truth just might be that we're better than what people think. And I still have a chip on my shoulder and the attitude when we went into Ohio State. It's halftime right now. We got 99 yards rushing, 52 yards passing. It's not completely balanced, but it's somewhat balanced for me. More runs than I do passing yardage is pretty typical for my offense. But back to what I was saying. I had an attitude with beating Ohio State in their building. I think it was 24-6. And it was a recruit, strong safety, a 5-star that we was trying to get. I already know that this is Dre Jones's senior year. And he's going to be gone. I already know this. So I'm looking to replace him. And God blessed us and we beat Ohio State. And do you know he still signed with Ohio State? Yeah. Still signed with him. So now their running back look like he's a little banged up. We broke through immediately in the start of the second half and stuffed the running back for a 3-yard loss. They ran the inside power again with nowhere to go. He got 2 yards to make it 3rd and 11. Yeah. Cleveland Cavaliers play tonight. Also tonight is Rick Ross versus French Montana. This is a shameless plug for him. Rick Ross versus French Montana in the verses. I love verses, so shout out to verses. Who does it? I can't think of these. Put it in the comments. Who does verses in case I don't think of it fast enough? Swiss Beats. Thank you, God. Thank you, Swiss Beats, and whoever else. I don't want to undercut anybody because that's not fair. I don't like it when it happens to me, which it does quite often. So now we stopped them. There's 9 minutes left, and we have the football in the 2nd and 2, and we're driving. Today is Thursday. Jueves for my people, my Spanish people. I'm trying to learn a new term in Spanish so that I can, when I do our exercises in the morning for building robots, I want to come out and surprise them with this Spanish statement. I don't really have it memorized yet. But we'll keep on working on it. There's another completion, an out route to Murphy. So it's a 1st down. So we was able to. They didn't run a whole lot of press coverage. We usually have trouble with press coverage. I guess because they're so good with their DBs that they run man coverage. So they play off. And playing off actually helps me out a lot because I'm afraid to attack press coverage because it's usually safety help over top. Now I'm getting ready to go back to power, but now I got my freshman Hussein is in at tailback, and he gets about 6 yards. Yeah, Stephen Hussein. That was his first carry today. So I try to rotate my Thrash and Camp as the guys up front and starting tailbacks, running backs. And then I bring in my young crew, my sensational sophomore Chris Jones, and my sensational freshman Stephen Hussein. Now I just hit O'Leary with an out route. So it's 3rd and 1. Knowing me now, I follow the rules. I'm probably going to run quarterback sneak. Yeah, I'm setting it up now. I'm waiting to run the clock down. We're around 7 minutes. And I'm going to run the quarterback sneak here. McKee takes his time and gets to the line. We're in a heavy goal line formation. They're in heavy. Their nose tackle slid over, and it's 4th and inches. They stopped us. And I'm going to run it again. I'm going to wait for the time to run down. So we're in 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes at this point when the football will be snapped. And I'm going to run the sneak again. Now they come out this time with a 3-man front with both linebackers pointing to the A-gap. And this is not a good enough coverage to stop this. Their nose tackle scooted over again, but we was able, with McKee, his size, he's like 2 1/4, 6'4", 225 pounds, and he got the 1/2 inch that we needed to get the 1st down. So now we're up underneath the 6-minute mark. We're in the high 5 territory for baseball talk, whether it's the bottom of the 5th or the top of the 5th. And now we're going 1 back with a tight end attached to the right. I'm going to throw this. No, the give is to Chris Jones up the gut. I thought I was going to pass it. I should have knew I wasn't because I usually run on 1st and 10. See what I can get. If I can get it to 2nd and under 5, then I usually try to throw my crossing route to Denario Hicks. Purdue was the only team that I seen that defended that the best. They ran outside the hashes and outside the tight end box. They ran 2 defenders. And when Denario comes across, and because of the pressure, guys on the defensive line are extending their hands, I have to wait for him to clear. So once he clears, then McKee is able to try to hit him as he clears the tackle box. This particular alignment they had with both guys still sitting, they was in a squat technique, and they never moved, and they botched that every time I tried to run the cross. It's the only team I've ever seen defend us that way, Purdue, who I used to coach at. Now here's Hicks Denario again, a big first down. Denario Hicks, big catches. Today we're 14 out of 16 passing in the 3rd quarter. 4 minutes left. We'll be under 3. We'll be at the top of 3 by the time this ball is snapped. And 73 yards passing. Yeah. We're in a goal line formation again, which I like to run. I got the freshman, Stephen Hussein is running. Hussein got hit. I tried to make him move a little bit to his right. For all of you couch potatoes, the move would have been to hit it back to the left. Oh man, if that was me, I would have cut it back to the left. But a little bit of penetration. Our guard was a little bit in our lap, so it was difficult to cut back behind him. So we ate that one after we got 2 yards still. So 2nd and 8. Long count where Chris Jones seen all that time we cut it back. So Chris Jones cuts it now, and our tight end, Austin Baggs, is hurt. This time he was able to cut it back, a.k.a. Terrell Davis with the Denver Broncos when they won the Super Bowl with Helicopter John Elway. The one-cut system, and I do implement that sometimes if I see they're a little bit light on the backside. Now, I'm a numbers guy in my offensive coordinating skill set. We're going to be at the top of 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter by the time this ball is snapped. We're on the 7-yard line. The 7. Now, we're up 10-6. Here's where I think it gets kind of funky. Let's see what happens. I think I remember. But let's surprise each other. Long count. The give is to Hussein. He's up the gut. He had surged and pushed all the way down to the 2. So a 2nd and goal from the 2. Stephen Hussein, my freshman backfield threat, has 3 carries for 13 yards as long as it was a 6-yarder, which was right there. It just happened. So we're going to be at the top of 1 minute by the time this football is snapped. Time of possession was very lopsided in our favor. This was the first time I ran zone action. I split the receivers, gave me a 5-man line, and I wanted to run a naked with my running back slashing across in the zone from right to left, and it didn't work out. They had the line stacked, and they number 40 cut Chris Jones down, and we lost a yard. So it's 3rd and goal from the 3 with 1:20 left and counting. McKee changing the play, 2 seconds left. He snaps it. The throw is to Hicks. He makes the catch down to the 2-yard line, and they tackle him. So we'll be under a minute with this 4th down snap. Let me see, do I go for it? Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Okay, yeah, I'm going for it. I got my quarterback. I'm probably going to call a timeout, I think I'm going to call a timeout to see if they got numbers. They got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got a 7-man box. We got 5. They got an 8-man box. Counting that safety that's sniffing on top of the S for Penn State. And he's ready to close in case we run it. So I took the delay of game to back us up 5 yards. And backing up 5 yards to see if I get a 4-man front look. And I did. Now, I'm still concerned because there's a safety. This was smart. Probably my smartest play of the season. Taking a delay of game. Quarterback run, keeps it. And we got stopped at the 1, but it was worth the shot. So here's where we got them backed up on the 1-yard line. They're going to run zone, the same play we just ran. I was hoping we could have smacked them in the end zone, but number 29 broke it out to the 8-yard line. "20 seconds left. I dozed off. Did y'all notice I was asleep? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. These long days. I wanted to do this. This is going to be my movie presentation for Friday. I don't feel like doing anything else. Sometimes I'm experiencing bouts of depression from not being able to do my profession that I enjoy at this point, as well as not really having any female companionship that is happy to be around me. Some of that action is premeditated, and it's calculated. Not the number one profession in the world, but something different. Still none of it good. So now we're starting the 4th quarter. Here we go. We're winning 10-6, 4th quarter. And at any time I'm thinking all they need is 1 touchdown. So Chris Jones settles up underneath the midfield and makes it a 40-yard line for his tackle. Let me do a little bit of, I haven't done any commentating in a while. Let me set the stage for y'all. We're in all white helmets, white jerseys, white pants. They got on their red jerseys, red helmets with gray pants. And we're running I formation. The give is to Hussein, my freshman running back. And Baggs is hurt again, my tight end. So clock stops. Baggs is hurt. And I think I'm going to change Hussein and bring back in my veteran camp. No, Chris Jones. Yep, Chris Jones is. Oof. Man, they hit McKee. So now it's 3rd and 11. We're backed up. But here's their guy walking up. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Maybe they were sleepwalking. Their strong safety just a brain fart and just like a zombie in people in the United States. They just walked across the line and was offsides. I snapped the ball. So now it's 3rd and 6. We got a spread look, quarterback keep. My center blasts the safety, and we run for a 1st down, 15-yard carry. That's interesting. What was on the mind of the Georgia safety, number 25, and what is on the mind of the Georgia players for this playoff game? What's on the mind of Kirby Smart and the Georgia coaching staff? I don't know. It's a mystery. It is. But I'm going to get ready to get out of here. This is going to be my movie presentation. I thank y'all for watching. And this is, I may or may not do this again if we win or lose to Miami, depending on how I feel. But if you want to watch this again, this game, the actual game that I'm discussing for this movie presentation, for me still being active for YouTube, it's on Turf Champion. Like the turf on the ground, championship rings, but Turf Champion, as Hussein bangs again for a few more yards. Turf Champion, 2.5 M for million. 2.5 million. Turf Champion, 2.5 million. And hopefully you can see the game, you can pull it up. I got a lot of games on there. So if you do it now, then you can see it while it's on the top. It's going to be in two pieces. A 59-minute piece and then a 7-minute piece. The 59-minute piece is the bulk of the game, as you can see. And the 7 minutes is the end where we close them out. And I'm happy about it. So I got my Penn State hat, where has my MG thing, or is that backwards? I hope it's not. But anyway, my MG thing. We are Penn State. We are Penn State. The back of it. Penn State. Nice hat. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know what hat I'm wearing if I coach for another team. Well, this is Motel Granite the Great Plus. This is Coach Bob Goodwin Plus. This is Maurice Deshaun Goodwin. 777s in the casino. 777. God, the good always win. Good. There's go for the word go, which is a biblical word that's always used. Go, 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 go. So there's the word win. What else? Maurice. There's 7 letters. Peace. Maurice. Peace. Maurice the Beast. The word Bomb Goodwin, which is a tattoo that I have. And we just scored a touchdown. Kent. So this pushes us up to 17-6. We do a goal line stand down at the end of this game. 6 minutes left. And I'm starting to get real nervous, like feeling it. I did have a point in this game, real quick, I'm going to get out of here. I did have a point where I felt like we had it. We got a first down, and I had tears in my eyes. I'm just an emotional big old punk. But I totally enjoyed it. So, hey, this is Coach Bob Goodwin, and this is my presentation of my review or conference talk of beating Georgia in the video game. That's it, not in real life. So don't crucify me, women. All right.